Greetings and welcome to Channel Otherdoc. I'm Jim. I use he, him pronouns, and today we are playing Demigods, a game about the descendants of deities by Jason Mills that's powered by the apocalypse. Um, I am playing this time. I'm a guest player. I'm a guest player. We have a guest GM today. I'm going to slow down so that I can say words. I shall use my words. Levi is here to guide us through this thing. Before I hand things over to him, though, we'll kind of say who we are and who it is we're playing. I am playing a character named I have hastily named Quinn Carter. Who should we say who our parent is or?
Sure, like playbook, divine parent, that kind of stuff.
Okay, Quinn Carter uses he they pronouns. Is the warrior playbook, and is a descendant of the Morrigan. Though he does not know nearly as much about her as he should to remain properly alive. and I think we're just gonna go. Let's go anti-clockwise and go over to Noah. Hello.
Hello, my name is Noah. I'm playing as Fenric Sigmus, and you can call him Sigmus. He is he, him pronouns, just like I do. And his divine parent is Loki. He is the trickster of the group, which I'm really can't wait to play as. Been doing a lot of training to be a trickster here. And well, I'm just hoping that there's gonna be a lot of trickery to be done.
I feel as though there shall. Excellent. Great to have you back, by the way. It's, folks, you were last on Mashed when we were doing that here. And newcomer to the channel, Taran. Hello.
Hey, I'm Taryn. He, him pronouns. I'm playing Callum Hunt. I don't know why I want to say Callum King. Not the right character. I made it up. Still got it wrong. He is of the Artisan playbook, and his goddad, or however you want to put it, is Hephaestus. So he likes to make things. Also, he, him pronouns. So
Excellent. And finally, Dave. Hello. Cannot hear you, unfortunately.
Loki started already.
Damn it, Loki.
My trickery have been done.
Looks like you're muted.
You didn't.
I thought I unmuted it.
There you are. Hi.
Hi, I'm Dave. I
Hello.
use he, him pronouns. I am playing the playbook The Verdant, and my character's name is Liam Poetia, and he is a descendant of Pan.
Awesome. Very cool. All right. Well, without further ado, I shall hand things off to our herald, Levi. Hello.
Hello, I am Levi. I use he, they pronouns, and I will be running this thing. So, Demigods is it's basically the mythological modern fantasy type thing that you would find usually in American Gods. That's kind of the main sort of source material for this book, other than, the mythology that you find throughout the world. If this game isn't actually out yet fully, there was a Kickstarter a while back, but just last week the latest version of the quick start was released. So if you'd like to follow along, you can find it at demigodspbta.com. But for our purposes, let's do some a little bit further character introductions if we have enough more than what we have here. Than what's already been mentioned. Let's go background in reverse order. Dave, anything else you know about Liam? Still muted.
I'm an idiot, okay, everyone?
That was the best of us.
Liam is a farmer from, I think probably northern Canada areas, like on the border of farmable land. I think that he sort of ended up finding out about his heritage when another demigod ended up noticing him and pointing out like, okay, you're the only one that can actually get a good crop growing up here. There's probably more to that than you're just decent at farming. He's about 28 at the time right now. He runs his farm that his parents used to own and has been handed down to him after both of them passed away. He's still pretty unsure about his pantheon and how he feels about it. He's more or less ambivalent, as they haven't really played any impact on his life in for most of it. He probably feels like they're a bit like dealing with all this is just a little bit of a mess all the time, and isn't too keen on always being dragged back into things, but he isn't staunchly opposed to them yet either.
Dope. All right, let's. So you established that we're in Canada. So down over to Taryn. Tell us a little bit more about Callum.
Callum is he is a coffee roaster. He basically found some old coffee roasting equipment and fixed it up. Is very good with his hands, and then kind of just went from there, opening up like a big coffee shop wherever we are at. Kind of like is the coffee guy in town. Let's see. What else do we need to know? I am blanking today. Pretty skinny, sort of the like typical coffee 25-year-old look. Kind of like tight button-down shirts, usually like capri pants. It's basically a hipster, but like he tries a little too hard.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else? Pantheon feels, or how did he find out? He was informed probably by some sort of, like, automaton that was sent to him that was like hey, it's like basically a tweet. Like a Pantheon tweet.
It was a mechanical bird.
Yeah. That was just like dropped a note off. He's like, oh, that kind of makes sense. Pantheon feels could probably give two shits. Not really into that whole thing. Just like fixing things, making things. Let's see. I mean, I've got pretty much like his whole playbook filled out. I don't know how far you want to go into that just yet.
I think we're good, at least for right now.
Okay.
So let's bring on over to Sigmus.
All right. Actually, I've been practicing this all through this week. Okay, I'm gonna be introducing my character as my character. So here we go. Hello, everyone. My name is Sigmus, or maybe my full name is Fenrik Sigmus. I'm what people say, looking like a Russian boy. People keep asking me if I know any Russian, and I keep telling them tiki briki, and they believe me. I am a Russian boy, apparently. And, well, I'm basically a tall kid. People think like I'm already an adult, but actually I'm still like in high school maybe? Yeah. And, well, I like to wear a hooded shirt like this, and with a shirt over it, you know? It's all snug and good. And well, my dad is Loki, but I was informed by a raven that comes down and comes out a letter. It's gross but readable. Thanks, Odin. And well, my thought about my pantheon is that it's all good and dandy, except for some stink eyes, probably because I'm a son of Loki. No, it's all good and dandy.
It happens. All right, yeah. So, all right, and last but far from least, let's bring it back up to Quinn.
Okay, so Quinn is Quinn has basically sort of only. It was relatively recently that he found out who his parents really were. He was raised by someone that he thought was his mother, but it turns out she actually was apparently working for a government program uh, and kind of he was sort of bred to go into the military and do special forces stuff, which is something that he finally found out recently what actually was going on, and that kind of alarmed him. He basically was did for quite a while. He would go on these, he would be he was trained up from a very young age to basically in knowledge of how to take down enemies, how to and basically how to kill people. He would go on these missions, and there was this tendency for him to be the only one to survive. And after a while, he kind of just made, so you kind of get to that point where you get sort of dulled to the death, and then you realize, I shouldn't be dulled to all of this. I shouldn't. So he finally was able to get out. He walked away, or at least, well, we're not sure if both parties consider him having walked away. It's one of those things where he just basically said, I'm quitting now. Are you going to stop me?" And no one did anything. So he finally, he came through, and it was like, this is way past what a regular rotation should be. I'm leaving now. And it wasn't too long after that he sort of found out from other people that we started to encounter out in. He did encountered a few folks out in the world, on various missions and what have you, but he was only suspected, and then more recently just sort of found out who his mother was, and he's not sure what he wants to make of it, because essentially, in one way, it's kind of like she's trying once again to indirectly manipulate him into just being a weapon. And he's not entirely sure he wants to do that anymore. It's just that now that's happening outside of the military. So he's very tired. He's very confused, and he wants to just kind of disappear, so basically he drifts around from town to town doing various construction-like or other similar jobs, living that Bill Bixby life, basically.
Yeah, fantastic. Something that was kind of brought up in both Liam and Quinn's backstories is kind of that in the kind of macro setting of demigods, supernaturals have a tendency to recognize each other and kind of almost orbit around each other, never really being together for too long, with the occasional exception, which includes the four of you. A while back, there was an event, sort of the incident type thing, and each of you had at some point in your lives come into contact with your Tangle. It's in earlier versions of the games. This was a person, but more recently it's been kind of brought in just a person, a place, an object. They've all kind of been around and have known for for some time. At one point, the Tangle got into a little bit of a situation. So, does anyone have ideas for the person, place, thing that's managed to bring you all together?
I have an idea, but I'm not sure.
The only thing that's coming to mind for me right now is coffee, so I don't know if that's going to be helpful.
Someone put something in the coffee, and then here we are.
Oh, God.
Not my fault. Not my fault.
Okay, so to expound on that, maybe there was some sort of like elemental tear through that sort of like sludged up through the coffee shop.
So, that it brings us right into these kind of set questions. Your spindle was facing a supernatural disaster, a monster, demigod, whatever, but we saved it. What did we save it from?
You know, it might be interesting because Pan is sort of a lot more of the wild nature side of things. If like that energy was sort of causing problems and ended up causing nature to try to fight back against the environment, and the coffee shop was sort of like where it was all centered around. Because that, and I don't think it was like caused by Pan, but that sort of like extra wild energy of nature, sort of bringing maybe like the beans in the coffee shop brought back into sort of an amalgamation.
Sort of like almost like, I don't want to say like earth elemental, but like grass creature, like coffee creature.
Yeah, something.
Oh, it's like
There's-
Demeter's monster.
Yeah, there's some sort of spirit in. There's this creature known as a Karpos, which is basically a grain spirit, and perhaps the kind of forces of fate kind of almost created a kind of some coffee carpoi.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
All right.
Nice.
Smelter's Coffee is the name of the coffee shop, by the way.
Excellent. I was just about to ask.
Excellent.
It's like from that book in Percy Jackson, the Apollo one, the Trials of Apollo.
Yeah. There's fish. All right. Alrighty. There was substantial collateral damage. What was destroyed, and how did we make it look less supernatural in nature? Other than, like, there is a kind of obvious answer, but I'm sure there are a few things that could have been in the vicinity.
I can handle it. I can probably go to the people and be like, "No worries, people. This is just a street show, as you can see."
Swamp
As you can
gas.
It's just a small leak gas. You know, it's a smoke machine in the back of the Starbucks. They were setting up something in the back.
Regular scheduled demolition and expansion. That's what it was. That's where the hole in the wall came from. That was intentional.
Yeah, it was intentional. It's a little bit of innovation in the middle of service. It's nothing to worry about. You guys can go ahead.
It's the only time we were able to schedule it.
Yeah.
All right. So, in this event of saving the shop from the coffee carpoi, you were in favor of a major divine being. Who was it, and what did they want to save the spindle? And why did they want, like, why did they have interest in keeping the coffee shop safe?
Jim,
Okay.
you got any ideas? Oh, sorry.
No, sorry. No, go ahead, Jim. Do you have anything?
What?
I've got
Wait,
a couple,
what?
but
I've been placing my brain in two places. I'm not sure what the question was entirely. Someone owes us something, yes?
no, we
actually,
owe
it's
someone
We owe
something.
someone.
Sort of like someone had vested interest in, like, someone wanted to save the coffee shop. So what divine being was it?
Okay,
Wanted-
so
Mhm.
no, sorry, go ahead.
Well, you said wanted to save the coffee shop, or
Yeah.
Okay, and then there was... Is the coffee shop no more? Is that what we've decided at this point?
I think just by the nature of like the purpose of this part of the setup is that the coffee shop still survives and has kind of anchored you all together.
Okay.
So the thing that's in my playbook, I have the workshop and I have the bottomless bag, which gives me it as mobile.
Hmm.
And one of the hindrances I chose was supernatural clients show up. I wonder if some sort of like messenger god or like was like trying to like save it so that they could keep the business running.
Yeah. Hermes really likes what you do.
Yeah.
Nice.
Just a thought, just like a
Yeah.
way to tie that in because that is one of the things that was my hindrances, and I think that could tie in like got to keep the business running on the supernatural side of things. So we owe someone for keeping the lights on.
Nice. We all cool with all these? Okey-doke. Alright. And then we angered a different divine being. Who was it and what did they have against the spindle?
I feel like Demeter will be fitting because
Hmm.
the corpse.
Right. Yeah. Like, you, kind of wound up, getting rid of them in a particular way that, rubbed her the wrong way.
I have an idea. I have an idea that my character just turned the corpse into like blend them into into a machine and just like, yep, this is my coffee of the morning. The corpse of a baby.
It's just kind like just do that. Then some like middle-aged woman comes in. What the hell is wrong with you?
I need my coffee Starbucks, all right? I'm dealing with all this shit. You know what?
Don't talk to me till I've had my grain spirits. Alright. Why was our spindle targeted for this? I think we kind of established at the beginning just the energy from Leon's parentage just being there. It's kind of wound up doing this. Okey-doke. So, a while back, you accidentally summoned a bunch of Carpoi from the like possibly just that day shipment. Then a year passes. Quinn, despite the kind of wandering lifestyle, finds that they can't really leave. None of you've really been able to leave town for all that long. You get on a plane, there's a problem with the engine, and you can't find other flights. So you go a bus. The bus breaks down. Like you're just kind of stuck in the city, to each other, and to the shop. Then a year passes, and over time, you'd already wound up bumping into each other, brushing shoulders a few times. But after this, you've all just kind of all centered in and become stuck together. And that is where our tangles come in. These are the relationships between you and the others, and are I forget what this game calls them. Basically the help or hinder. You roll with your tangles with them, and I'm just going to go in the order that their playbooks show up in the quick start. So first up is our artisan, Callum.
Yep. So just
You-
walk down the Tangle list.
Sure, go ahead.
So you made an epic item for blank, and they owe you. Who needs an epic item?
I chose epic armor as one of my gifts.
All right. I could. That's definitely something I could end up making. Yeah, I'm all for that.
Okay.
Character name, brain, don't fart on me. Liam.
Yeah. And you don't necessarily need to use up all of these, just at least one for each of them.
Yeah. You know what? This one's perfect. If Sigmus drags me to another party, I'm going to scream.
You're going to a party, boy.
That's
You're getting
that's one of my favorites.
I like that one a lot too, and I was like, this is perfect for our trickster friend.
dragging your ass to the party right now.
And then, I mean, are we just doing one for each then? Is that kind of where we're settled?
At least, and even then, it's good to kind of bring up the others in case any stick out to anyone.
Yeah. I think this is just a thought here, but I think Quinn relies on my expertise, and we have a mutual respect for one another. I'm kind of your Q, which is ironic because your name starts with a Q.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Like mine's, my friend. And the other ones that haven't been covered, you are head over heels for blank, but you don't think they know. I don't know if we need to introduce romance into this one shot.
Nah.
You and blank are on a hunt for a rare material of some kind. Anyone looking for anything rare? Yeah. And then you can find a deep secret and blank, will they keep it? I definitely don't trust Sigmus. Definitely not confiding in Sigmus. That almost feels like another Quinn situation.
We can do that.
I'll have you know, I am the most trusted person you could ever know.
The way that sentence came out makes me think I can't trust you. So.
I'm not suspicious in any particular way.
So every way.
Yes.
It's a general suspicion, not a specific suspicion.
In many vague ways.
Yes. But, so that's 4 of 6. I think that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Alrighty. So that brings us to Sigmus. Blank caught you in a lie one time and earned your respect. You and Blank pulled a hellish prank that one time. You can't resist pushing Blank's buttons. You ticked off Blank's pantheon, but they don't know it was you. Blank will make an excellent show when the trouble finally hits, and it seems like Blank understands why you do what you do. Yes, keep an eye on them.
Alright, someone caught me in a lie one time and earned my respect. That would be Queen. That would be Queen. Sigmus is like, he tries to bullshit with Quinn, and then Quinn just see through him, and he's like, yo, what's up? Nice one, little girl. Scared. And then me and Liam, what's your character name again?
Liam.
Oh,
I just
really?
put my character name in Zoom.
Oh, okay. Okay, so me and Liam, since I'm the son of a god of trickster, and Liam is, well, the descendant of Pan, which is the god of, yeah, you know. I pulled a hellish prank at one time in the park. We made people believe that there is a Bigfoot near the park.
Okay.
All right. And I ticked off someone's pantheon. They don't know it was me. Ah, yes, Callum.
That sounds about right.
I swear to God, Dionysus have his eyes on me. Alright, someone will make an excellent shield when trouble finally hits. I'm I'm really gonna I'm really gonna regret this, but Liam, you're gonna be my shield. You're gonna be the Bigfoot, and you're also gonna be the shield.
Okay.
Wow.
Alright. It seems like someone understands why I do what I do. I'll have to keep an eye on them. I'm split between Callum and Quinn, but at the same time, thinking about Callum and then Quinn, I think I'm gonna choose Quinn because the fact that I can't even bullshit with her also means that she can't see through me. And I really don't want her to dig deep into my history. Don't want her to know I'm a crybaby.
And yeah, you don't really need to use all of these, but yeah, these all sound good.
I think that's it.
Queen. All right, and down over to Liam. Blank seems oblivious to the natural world. Had not getting off getting a relationship with Blank for a while now. Why isn't it working? You and Blank pulled off a newsworthy bit of eco-terrorism.
Yep, I think you know what's happening with that.
Yep.
Sigmus and I definitely pulled off some eco-terrorism.
Bro!
I think it was probably like one of those plants that like pumps out all the groundwater from an area, and we just completely like ruined the place.
You know that time when like kids in the neighborhoods just running around like playing with sprinkles, and then you did that.
I don't like how Levi's laughing. I'd like to change my answer.
Oh, sorry, I thought I was muted.
Nope. No, you definitely were not.
I think that I probably think that Callum can end up learning the ways of Mother Nature. I think I might have like worked with you some in creating my epic armor.
Yeah.
And the way I was going to like flavor that is it sort of like allows me to protect my skin with a bark sort of ish substance when an attack lands.
Nice.
So I thought that, you know, working with you with that, like I saw like, oh, you actually can get this surprisingly well for someone that is more of a tinkerer than a.
There was probably like some like gray area at the beginning where I like kept suggesting like, but this metal could work way better, and they're like, no, but bark, and it's like, well, and eventually came around. I'm like, okay, well, we can work with this.
Yeah. And then Quinn, what do I want to do with you, Quinn? If you had, you know, kept on in like if you hadn't like tried to change your background from like, oh, I want to not be so desensitized to all this, I would have gone with the can't seem to wrap my head around you, but I'm not sure that would be the case anymore. Would you be okay with the on again, off again relationship and sort of like that past is what's, you know, interfering with it?
Yeah, we can do that.
You got to answer the question, why isn't it working?
I think it's the past, sort of like dealing with like what the past has been.
Gotcha.
Yeah. The fact that he was a super soldier.
That's fair. That'll mess with pretty much any relationship.
Yeah.
It's like it's hard for me. It's very hard if I walk into a room not to be sizing it up, looking for exits, and trying to figure out how to take out anyone that's nearby. So it's
makes
date night very difficult.
Yeah.
Sigmus is like, beat it, Liam. You can't.
Why?
Captain America.
Why are you so suspicious? Why are you so suspicious of the waiter? He's hiding something in his pocket. That's his pen.
You think it's a pen?
He has trouble shedding these habits. He can't. He wants to try to get away from it, and that's, I think, probably when the relationship works best, when he's able to, like, when you're away from people. But if you have to be around people, it just doesn't work out well.
Okay. I can see that.
Yeah.
All right.
That might have been why I thought that it would have worked in the first place, because if you're being a verdant, if you're sort of more sort of about nature, then Quinn would have been sort of like, yeah, I can dig that. That's nature is away from people. Turns out it's not as far away from people as he would have liked.
Alas, nature that is living is chaos.
It's like 5 feet. It's not enough. Yeah. Anyone else sticking out to anyone?
I think that's probably gonna be good from my end right now.
Okie dokie. Then finally, Quinn. Blank has real combat experience you admire. You find Blank's impulsiveness to be off-putting. You have a friendly rivalry with Blank, trying to one-up each other. Halfling with Blank after a herring battle. Okay, this is a new addition to that bond. Are you hoping for a rematch? You've never actually seen Blank fight. Can you trust them? And feel yourself drawn to do Blank. Why? Which could be for any reason.
Yeah. So I'm thinking I probably have never, I've never actually seen Venric fight. Venric's always does something else to.
It's always off screen. It's like all the actions here.
I'm a man with I'm a man with a lot of words and less fighting. I'm a peaceful man.
Yeah,
Sure.
The answer to can you trust them is maybe. Not sure. It's like child of person that TV and film is villainizing, so it's hard to it's hard to unlearn that. So it's one of those odd things. I think so. Having established a previous relationship, having had a fling with Liam after a harrowing battle, I think probably is a thing that we could have.
Double up on.
Another thing that might fit is based on the moves that I chose. I did sort of choose stuff that would allow me to be like decent in like more of a fist fight sort of scenario. So that may end up being something that sort of drew us together as well in the first place.
I was wondering about that. So yeah, because I was trying to figure out if Callum had combat experience or not.
I'm more of the tech guy. Let's be honest.
Okay. So we'll say that Liam has real combat experience that I admire, if that works for you. And for Callum, I think maybe there is it could be that there's like a friendly rivalry of some kind.
I like that.
Yeah.
Like, I can make a tool that can do something better than you can, and then you always just, like, punch doors open. And it's like, I was going to lockpick that. Come on!
Exactly. And, like, I think there's sort of an exchange where it's like sometimes... Because I took epic melee weapon and epic ranged weapon, but I also have a move where I can basically turn anything into a weapon.
Yes, that one.
So it could be that sometimes you provide me with things to stab or throw, but they always end up being kind of disposable.
Well, it's very lucky. I do have a bottomless bag with a mobile workshop in it, so I'm just like rummaging around for random bullshit. I'm like, here!
Oh, this is going to be dangerous.
It's very dangerous.
So yeah, I figure those three.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we have our little setup. Let me just see here. All right. Yeah. So if we're all ready, we can kind of get into this.
Ready?
Alrighty. So, Callum, it's late morning, early afternoon. You've had some decent business in town, nothing too spectacular. You're just kind of wiping stuff down, brushing away like this little plant that kind of became part of the counter last year. Never really got rid of it, and you just kind of let your eye wander over to this hardware store across the street, and you see these tall, burly bikers kind of pull into that little I'm picturing the shop as that kind of local downtown area kind of stuff where there's a lot of touristy stuff, but it's also like a functional downtown area, and there's a hardware store across the street, and you see these bikers all pull into those few parking lots that are kind of at front of it towards the street, and they'll pull out a few things from bags at their sides and start walking into the store. What do you do?
I think I kind of I look at the small amount of customers. I've got probably another barista or two that I can kind of look. I step into the back office, grab my shoulder bag, which is my bottomless bag / workshop. I rummage around in it for way longer than I should because it's a mess. It is a disorganized space, which is one of the hindrances, and finally pull out a cell phone, which has probably taken me way longer than it should to find, and text Quinn. What you up to right now?
Hang on a second, would you? Ah, crap. I just sort of type. No, stay down. Nothing much. I type back. What's
Meet
up?
me across the street. I'm gonna shuck the shoulder bag, pull out one of my many tomes, and then start walking.
Quinn, how far away are you from the middle of town?
So probably not too far from the middle of town. I imagine I'm kind of in an alley beating up an assassin, and basically just sort of and just it wasn't anything I needed to grab information or do anything else with them. Pretty much it was just it's the usual thing.
Yeah.
So I just sort of knock them unconscious and leave them handcuffed to something, and then I just go.
Handcuffs, which a normal person would carry on their person. You just kind of go on to the kind of major street, kind of cross a few blocks, and you see Callum kind of standing in front of the coffee shop.
I probably would have texted.
Yeah.
Basically, the way I'm guessing this group works is if anything gets in a excessive amounts of trouble, we just kind of all text each other. So I would have texted Liam and Sigmus on my way over, kind of just get unbusy, get over here, kind of thing, and then send a picture of the front.
And towards the very end, you can see someone holding a tire iron going in the door.
Yeah.
Oh, so when Sigma sees a message, is gonna be texting back "Lol, you're having a party, not even inviting me. Come on, man."
It's not a party. Well, not that kind of party.
Oh, come on. You know the kind of party I drag you into. Remember that brawl fight
Never
between the hobos?
again.
That was a good fist fight back then. All right, I'm going.
Yeah, Sigmus, you're still in school, you said, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
High school.
good news is you're like going right into a free period, so you have plenty of time to resolve this.
Free
And-
period or not, I'm bailing.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, even then, like you don't have to check in with the officer or anything. That's kind of like you never really had a problem with that kind of stuff. And Liam, what are you up to?
I think probably I think we discussed that my farm was pretty close to town in the general town area.
Yeah.
I
Well,
think I'm probably just going through and checking on crops at the moment.
yeah, just kind of things seem to be doing pretty well. You get the text. Guess you're going headed there.
What's going on?
I mean, and then he like takes the picture and draws a circle on the guy with the tire iron going in the shop and texts it back. There's more.
Did you talk to Quinn yet?
Yes, I texted him first. Obviously, I know how this protocol works.
Don't you think they're screwed enough already?
Cleanup is going to be important, okay, Liam? Get your ass down here.
Well, at least
Okay,
this was a
fair
good
enough.
chat.
This happens like once every other month.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, they don't seem to be causing too much trouble yet. By the time that Sigmus comes into town, pulls up, or however you get there,
Yeah.
like the 3 to 5 minutes. It's not too big of a town.
I
And
bored a car. Borrowed.
Have a talk about that later, young man. Actually, I really don't care. I kind of like, I look at Quinn and I look at Sigmus. Like, does he have a license yet?
You want to know?
No. Do we want to?
he has
Go
one,
in.
a real one.
Yeah, that's his license says 35, and no one believes that. Are we waiting for Liam? Quinn, what do you think?
Oh, Liam. Okay. Yeah, no,
All
yeah,
right.
no, that's fine. That's fine. What have we got here? Have they done anything yet?
No, but I mean, eventually they're probably going to. So,
I guess I'll go have a chat with them.
Like, how many bikes are there? How many people?
3.
3. Oh, that's not too bad.
You know what we could do? You know what we could do, Callum?
I'm very aware of what we could do, but please enlighten me.
We could burn their bikes, throw them out, jump on them. Probably a bit of surprise of our own. I mean, come on. What
How
are
about-
you?
How about this? And I'm actually going to use one of my moves. I'm going to touch one of the bikes and Deus Ex Machina.
Here's the thing, though. You touch the bike, and like you kind of like go through a little bit, then you kind of just blink your eyes. You're looking at 3 horses.
Okay, this is way less my area of expertise. All of a sudden. Does everyone else, do you see the horses?
Yeah.
Does
Like,
everyone see?
As he says that, the other 2 of you notice that there are these like black horses with pale white manes.
Oh hell.
Unless some, well, yes. That's probably astute, actually, Gwen. But unless I learned how to turn bikes into horses, which would be a new one, this seems nefarious.
Yeah. Yeah. That's This is gonna be a problem.
I'm gonna text
Who's
Liam.
there?
Don't text while driving, but how far are you?
I think you hear the cough of old muffler coming down the road, indicating that I'm not that far off.
Is this like a 20-year-old pickup sort of scenario? Yeah.
Excellent.
Oh yeah,
I
the-
think-
I have repaired
Yeah,
this
almost, yeah.
number of times, probably. Like,
I think you're the only thing that's keeping it running.
yeah.
And I think like it's one of those like older trucks that like when you see me pull up, like I'm hunched over to like fit in it, right? And then
Yeah.
when I get out, I'm standing like a good head taller than the truck.
Mm-hmm.
And I just like take a look at Sigmus leaning against the truck, and I'm like, I don't think Mr. Johnston let you borrow his car.
Well, aren't you the pessimistic one? I've actually got the keys this time. He was there too. I told him that my mom got sick and I need a car.
All right, we're gonna cover
You
this
hear
later.
crashing
We should
out.
we should walk in. Callum has turned, like, walked to the door, and then is holding it open for everyone else.
Yeah. I just sort of decide like, hey,
How's it going?
it's
What's up, Miss Apocalypse?
it's going. Still back in town.
I-
Can't leave.
I- Don't want to interrupt the chit chat, but biker gang of death.
All right, yeah. Probably it's probably.
They ride
bad.
these horses in? Wait, do I see that they're horses now
Yeah.
or motorcycles?
Yeah. You see motorcycles coming in, but once you get out of the truck, you see that they're these like very foreboding-looking horses.
That wasn't
No.
in the picture.
No, it wasn't, Liam. Astute.
Any idea whose they might be? You're good with animals, yeah.
I don't know. Do I? Would I have any idea?
Yeah, this isn't.
I could actually
yeah,
do something.
Yeah, this does sound like a read the weave.
Actually, I would like to do something else.
Oh.
I have the move Spies Everywhere. You are able to interview local plants and wildlife. And I'm going to see if I can interview these horses.
These are not These are not local,
Okay,
but
so that
I will
doesn't-
allow an attempt.
So you new in town?
I was not prepared to be a horse today.
How are you doing?
I came into town not long back. Came in with bosses.
Who are the bosses? They inside?
Yeah, they're inside, and you hear a little bit more crashing. You're like, oh, with the door open, you can kind of hear the cashier, who Caleb probably has met at least a couple times. Listen, just take it, whatever you want.
They usually do this.
Can we just go
All right.
in?
Yeah. When we hear that, I'm going in.
Yeah.
Talon, go in. Liam, we have work to do, actually.
No, Liam, go in.
All right,
support.
I'm staying out here. Don't worry about it.
I look at Sigmus and the horses and say, y'all stay out here.
Yeah. Bye. All right, back to work. Y'all horses want to go running around? I sure could use a ride.
We follow the others inside the hardware store, and you see three figures. And for a second, they're still bikers. Two of them, well, one of them has two of them have tire irons. One of them has looks like some. I don't even know if hardware stores would carry these, but sort of like blowtorch type equipment, and that one also has a tire iron. And the other one looks like they have some sort of gun, but then you kind of blink for a moment, and they're wearing this black armor. None of them have heads. The tire irons are now swords, and the gun appears to be a crossbow that's currently leveled at the cashier.
I will come in casually picking up a rake. Now that's not very nice.
One of them turns back to, oh, well, didn't expect one of her ilk to interfere, but this is, we'll be sure to make short work of you. And one by one, they just kind of turn around and kind of get ready for a fight.
This is going to be such a relaxing day. sort of shrug and sort of glance at the cashier and just sort of like, I hate when they do this, don't you? And I just will then immediately start to do terrible things to them with a gardening implement.
Yes, this does sound like a smite your enemies.
Yes. So let me see. How does this work?
I believe,
prowess?
Yeah, the prowess.
Okay. I'm using polyarmory, which is nearly anything is a deadly object in your hands. And again, if you have epic weapon melee, anything you pick up will deal 4 harm. So.
Oh. Okay. Cool.
I'm going to attempt to do that. The object you pick up won't last long for how you're using it, but it'll go out in a blaze of glory, and you can grab something new. Basically, is how the whole thing works. Okay, so here we go. I shall roll plus prowess.
So the MacGyver of fighting in a hardware store.
Yeah, basically.
Well, so on a a 10 plus, choose 3 or disarm them. And you do have to choose exchange harm, I believe.
Okay, let's see. Combatants trade harm based on their weapons. Protect yourself. Well, it says on a 13 plus, select. Oh no, I didn't have a 13.
Oh yeah,
12.
it's not,
So
yeah.
choose 3. Okay, gotcha.
Even then, it's if you mark it as advanced. So.
Okay, they have swords.
Yes.
Let's see. So I think that I will start by I'll start by disarming. We'll go for that there, I think.
All right. So it just kind of like levels its sword at you, and you just kind of like in the classic maneuver, just kind of twists their hand and kind of falls out. But in the process, the sword does cut the rake in just the right amount that you basically have 2 objects now.
Yeah.
Mechanically, it'll still be the same, but yeah. But yeah, you just kind of fight. You have disarmed one of these creatures. Who's next?
Are there any lawnmowers in the store?
Yes, towards the front, actually.
Right where I'm at. Perfect. I'm gonna reach in and touch one and Deus Ex Machina at them. So that is roll with judgment. That's an 11.
All right.
So that is on the 10 plus, take +1 forward to push the object's performance beyond normal. So I do have divine intellect, which means I get to regain my conscious mobility while also controlling this.
Perfect.
So I'm just gonna have this thing just like charge at them.
Yeah, you just kind of like you touch the handlebar, turn itself on, and I think the one with the equipment was making a run for the door, and it just kind of like dodges begins to dodge out of the way. This does sound like a not kick some ass. Smite your enemies with a +1.
All right. So +1 is all right. Or
Prowess.
prowess. That yeah.
Yeah.
So how does fuck 6?
Yeah. It just kind of dodges out of the way. It kind of like plunges its sword into the thing. Like, kind of brings it out and is just charging towards you. Liam, what are you up to?
I think I would like to walk up to one of them, if possible, and start punching him.
Okay, this does kind of sound like the one with the equipment, so yeah, go ahead. Roll that beautiful beam footage.
Smite your enemies then, right?
Yep, Rooney.
Okay. One thing that I'm going to do is I do have the move Ferocious. Fighting you up close is a serious mistake. Claws, teeth, stinger, tail. Where did that even come from? Your basic attacks do 3 harm instead of 2.
Cool.
So, and then I also took my +1 to the prowess stat for that. So 2d6 + 2.
Nice.
Wait.
Oh, sorry. I'm bad at this.
It's very hard to figure out.
I forgot the syntax. Sorry, y'all. There we go.
Well, yeah, you can choose 3 or disarm them. Exchange harm, protect yourself, crush them, gain an advantageous position, make an opening, or take something.
I think I'm gonna go with disarm the enemy.
Alrighty.
And then I presume the person, because I would go for the person closest. I wouldn't rush past anyone to try to get to someone else. So
Right.
I presume that's another one with a sword.
Yeah, they have the sword and what appears to be like this bag of what appears to be bolt cutters and almost welding type equipment.
Okay.
So yeah, it just comes at you with the sword. And what does this look like?
I think it sort of looks like to the outside world, it looks like I reach one arm out and I catch their hand that's swinging at me with the weapon, and then I sort of just punch them in the face with a quick jab. I think outside of it, we see sort of almost barbs grow from my arm and catch them in their hand, and it causes them to drop their weapon when I go like this. And then barbs that are coming off of my fist, I punch them in the face with those.
These things don't really have heads, so I
okay, not in the face.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So like this kind of like punch to like the square of the chest.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Alright, so Sigmus,
and then, how
sorry,
much
go
harm, I was just going to ask how much harm I would end up taking from their fight.
You this seems like an or disarm the enemy. So so you wouldn't really have that exchange charm.
Okay.
Also, you have epic armor, so it would have not really mattered either way. So Sigmus, the others walked into the hardware store. Lawnmowers have happened. What do you do?
Ah, yes. lawnmowers, and I think someone's just got disarmed, right? So there's
Yeah,
like 3 people.
yeah. You've heard like a little bit of clattering.
Yeah, two of them no
Yeah.
longer have swords, and I think there's just one left with like a crossbow-like thingy.
Yeah.
I have a certain impulse as I look at the horses, and then I wish to do some hijinks by making them run around, making chaos inside the building. Confuse the enemy, trample them, my horse friends.
Do you have any trickster moves that would help with this?
Well, I have larceny, but I don't know if that counts as larceny.
Um. Sure. Let's do a sway someone, which is roll plus awe.
Sway someone, alright? Let's see. That's my swaying. There you go. Roll it. That's a 9.
Okay. Yeah, you just kind of like sit as like run, cause chaos, and then the three of them just kind of like slowly step towards you, with their eyes just kind of like boring and like just staring right into you.
Alright, you're not fun horses. I guess I'm going in then.
All right. So yeah, you kind of walk in. You see Liam kind of like toe to toe with one holding looks like to be a bunch of equipment, and towards the back you see Quinn facing down, one holding like 2 halves of a rake, and one with the crossbow. So,
So there's a guy who have a crossbow on them, right? Am I right? I'd like to sneak up to their back and then take. I don't know if I can do this, but I'm gonna try to take all their weapons.
So this would also be a smite your enemies. Funny enough.
Oh, it's mine. I thought it would be something else.
I mean, there is a take something from them, but
I'll do it. All right, let's see. Smite my enemies. Yoink.
all right, yeah.
Ski-doodle, I got your crossbow.
Yeah, like it was aiming to fire, and you just like slip it from out of his hands. Why, you little... And then it's just going to frigging backhand you for 1 harm.
Oh, 1 harm.
All right. So that's right back up to Quinn.
Well, it just occurs to me is if since you got a 10 on that, can he also take 2 of the other things there, like?
Oh yeah, if you so desire. If you so desire, yeah. Noah.
Okay.
With the you can decide. I kind of rolled it as you. I interpreted it as choosing to disarm them, but you can instead do
distraction.
You took something, and then you can decide to protect yourself, get +1 forward on a smite, make an opening. So you can use 2 of those.
I'll probably do it smite. Yeah. I'll choose the smite one.
The take +1 forward, advantageous position.
Yep.
All right. Yeah. And you can also choose to defend yourself in order to just like kind of negate that backhand.
Yeah, I could do that. I am quite curious about what my death moves can do. I mean, but all right, I'm gonna do the defense to
Yeah.
defend myself.
Also, that was 2 5, so you can take a thread.
All right.
Yeah. Threads are the experience points. You can also see spend them 1 for 1 to reduce 2 harm, add significant detail, or give yourself Fate's Favor, which is roll 3 dice, take the highest 2.
Oh.
But yeah, good catch there. Back to Quinn. What's up?
Okay. Okay. I'm going to try to. I'm going to sort of sweep in. Just sort of be sort of trying knocking their attacks away with these two now sticks basically. But then I'm going to then sort of lure them in that way, and then drop low and try to get them off their feet.
Excellent.
And so that I guess is more smiting.
More spotting.
More smiting. All
I feel like I
right.
have a theme already.
I feel as though there's smiting happening, so that's an 8.
All right, so that is choose one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I kind of want to find out what the deal is. So my thought is I'm trying to get them into basically a position where I'm kind of standing on them. But so it's like I knock them down and I want to be kind of getting them into something like that. But I'm trying to see how that will work here. Make an opening, perhaps.
Yeah, there are a few of those we could just kind of say
That or gain an
any of
advantageous
those.
position. Yeah. Except making an opening would only put it toward would that only put it toward this particular enemy, or would that put it toward one of the other enemies, or would they be able to do that?
I feel like just with the fiction, it would just be this particular one.
So in that case, I think what I'll just do, since I'm kind of, you said I was sort of more toward the back, I'm just going to use it to gain an advantageous position, to gain +1 forward on the next smite. Since, like I said, I'm just trying to subdue them. I'm not actually trying to kill them. I don't know how. I don't know how it works. If I do harm, are they knocked? Do they die if they get the harm? I don't know.
I think just kind of looking at them and knowing what little you do about the supernatural, you kind of get the vibe that these things are already dead. So, like,
yeah,
it's.
I kind of want to. Yeah, I
air.
kind of wanted to get them to talk, but you know what?
Yeah.
I think actually, just for the sake of me not standing here deciding too long, I'm just going to go straight to exchanging harm.
Excellent. So you just kind of like
I
trip
do
it
4.
and then yep. Yeah. You just kind of like have it drop to his knees, and then I think you guys just like plunge both halves into weak points in the armor.
Yeah.
And it kind of twists in pain, and then the two halves break to the point where they're beyond use.
Awesome. Do I take harm or?
Oh yes. It as you drop it, it kind of reaches as a sword, and as you plunge it in, it grabs its sword and slashes back at you for 2 harm.
Okay. Gotcha.
I should have put a place on the sheet for these.
Oh, no worries.
All right, so I believe in this kind of unofficial turn order, Callum's next.
Yep. I am going to pull some bits and pieces from my mobile workshop and try to craft and then fire a net gun at one of them.
Yeah, crafty. I believe you're using what is
Metal.
This is the move crafty.
Yes.
Yeah, this one's newer and to the point where it's not familiar to me. Yeah. That is an 8.
Okay, so I pick one of the
a feature
features
and a bug.
and one of the bugs. I think the feature is restraining, because that's what I'm going
Makes
for.
sense.
The bug is you gotta do the thing. Collateral damage. So I think I wrap up both one of them and Sigmas in this net.
Why? Why'd you do
It's fun.
Okay, yeah, you gotta fire on the one that he grabbed the crossbow from. It's kind of and it's almost like they're back to back with each other.
Actually, there's
Alright.
something that I can do here. Since I have a gift that is animal form, I can turn into any animal, I think. So if I have that, I'm gonna turn into something small enough so I can get away and escape from your net.
Okay, this does kind of sound like a bend fate. Which is roll plus weird. Let's get weird.
Alright, bend fate. Here we go. Hold on. Mm. 11.
Kadok, a 11. So that's 2 boons and a bane. Yeah, you do something beyond its normal limits. Okay, you can either heal one harm, inflict a harm, give someone else fate's favor, or disfavor if you so desire. Someone's supernatural ability is unusable, and I haven't really taken any supernatural abilities away. And then you have to choose one bane. One of your gifts is unusable. Take one harm, ignoring armor. Become stunned. Take face disfavor on your next roll, or something bad finds you.
Oh, I like the last one actually. I like the last one. Can we take the last one actually?
Sure.
Hey, why not?
All right, and well,
I'd like
yeah.
I'd
For
like
the
to damage the enemy. I'd like to give someone harm. Like I probably turn into like a badger and then start clawing at the guy inside the net and then came out of it and be like staring at Callums with like a stink eye and be like, what the fuck, dude? I thought we were bros. just a little badger just giving you a stink eye.
I look down at the net gun, like shrug and toss it to the side.
Okay, and Liam, what would you like to do? This one has not been hurt yet.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna fix that.
Yeah, and it's also the one with the equipment.
Yeah, definitely gonna fix that. Gonna punch it again. This time, not as successfully.
Kadok, that is an 8, so you choose one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with exchange harm.
Alrighty. So you just kind of it's almost like a bit of a fist fight now. as these kind of barbs from one of your arms, you just kind of like trade blows a little bit. You manage to get a good one across the chest, and it kind of takes this bag of like fairly hefty equipment. Just kind of like bangs you on the head with it for 2 harm.
Okay, and then is that after the armor?
Before the armor.
Okay, and then I think armor is actually -2, right? And then
Oh
shield
yeah,
is
so
-1?
yeah, it just your bark armor just kind of like a branch forms over your head. All right.
I think I look over at Callum and like
I give a thumbs up. I was like currently rummaging through my bag more. I'm like, what else do I have in here? Shit.
Alrighty. Back up to Quinn. This one's almost down. The other one is in a net. And the third is Liam and Calum have kind of held the line by the front door.
Okay. I'm going to reach over and pick up a claw hammer. Just sort of flip it around to the with the pointy end and do sort of an undercut to try to pull up a piece of the armor and get at it, basically.
All right.
If I
Nice.
can. So, once again, I am prowessing. That would be an 11. Yay.
Good luck. So, yeah, choose
Okay.
3.
I'll
let you know if you choose exchange harm, it's gonna be destroyed.
Yeah, I kind of figured. Let's see. So, what I think I'd like to do is I am going to choose to exchange harm. And I think I'm also going to protect myself so that there's one less harm to me from this exchange. And let's see, I'm going to basically use that to if I can maneuver it appropriately. Actually, no. Let me just do this the fast way. Could I choose take something from your enemy and have it be something from them that will provide an answer of some kind? We don't have to decide what that is right this second.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll do those. We'll do those 3.
Alrighty. So, in this kind of process of you ripping off its armor, it's able to kind of get another 2 harm at you. And then you just kind of like plunge it right into this like very pale, almost, for how strong they are, sort of malnourished looking chest. And the first Dolahan is out of the game. All right. So Callum, what do you do?
All right. I am gonna look at my moves for a second. Make sure, just general moves. I already have that open on another sheet. I should have just left this. I talk to myself a lot.
Say hi for me.
Jim says hi, Taryn. Let's see. There's Ben Fate. Sway someone. Not my area of expertise. I have a -1 all. Not gonna happen. You know what I want to do? I want to pierce the veil.
Okay,
I would like to try and figure these things out.
All right, roll plus judgment.
Which I have a 0 of.
Yeah. I just now realized that they changed the name of this move.
Hey, that's not bad.
Hey. On a 10, ask 3. Who is responsible for this? Who made this? What does it want from me? What happened to this recently? What's the greatest danger? What's the purpose? Where did this come from? Where is it?
Right there.
Here.
I know that answer. I'll pick a couple.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, you have it open.
So, who is responsible for this person, or these people? That's my first question.
You're not super familiar with kind of Celtic folklore, but you do know that they are Dullahands, which are the basically headless horsemen.
Yeah. What is the greatest danger with these?
Letting any of them get far enough out of town with the equipment.
And what is the purpose of these people?
They were brought in specifically to part distraction, parts fetching the bolt cutters and other such things that the one that you've been facing off with has with them.
All right. I will quickly relay that information. Like, headless horsemen, don't let them leave. They're here for these things.
How are they headless? They have hats.
No, they don't have
Nope.
heads.
Yeah.
They don't?
Nope.
Oh.
No, that has been described a couple of times now.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, Calm relays.
We could tell they were headless, by the way. That wasn't the part in question.
It's more of like the lore, but sure, Liam, really just dig into the semantics.
As you are fist-fighting one of these things. Speaking of which, what are you doing? How are you feeling?
Me?
Yeah, you.
I think I'm doing good. I'm not terribly concerned right now. If he says don't let them leave with the equipment, I think my next play will be trying to grab the equipment away from them, especially because I'm fighting the person that has the equipment, right?
Right.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but that seems like take something from your enemy as an option for the smite your enemies.
Yeah, it's an option, or I can count it as disarming if it's 10+. Okay. Whichever you prefer.
Let's.
I can try to aid too. Maybe with my distraction.
Let's see if he needs it.
I think I haven't used any distraction before. I think
I do not need it.
All right. Nope, you're good.
So yeah. I'd like. Yeah, let's. If disarm makes the most sense to you, we can use that. Or if take something makes more sense, I can do that.
Yeah, I think it's perfectly fine that you could just get the right opening in their stance to kind of just like grab it, and then just kind of toss it far away enough.
Can I toss it to our friend Callum?
It's Callum, totally. Yeah, you're like a few feet away from each other. That's just a matter of going catch.
And I like turn and open the bottomless bag and just let it fall into that and just. Nobody will ever find it there. I won't even find it.
All right. Sigmus, do you have anything that you would like to do? Currently, you're a badger, and a few feet from the one in the net, the one that Quinn's been fighting is dead once more, and the others are kind of like halfway across the store.
Let's see. That's what I can do. No, that's gonna require me leaving my own hijinks, which is leaving the battlefield right now. So I guess I'm gonna try to. I really want to be. Oh, Liam, you already got the equipment, right? So right now, the only thing that we need to do now is take care of the last guy and then the guy on the net. After me, who's gonna be going after me?
Probably Quinn, just with the kind of order we wound up establishing.
Yeah, I'm good at Quinn. Are you gonna go for the last guy?
I'm probably I'm gonna do something with the last guy when it comes
All
back
right.
around to me.
All right,
But
I'm
might
gonna
end up
be a
helping
bad-
someone else more. We'll see.
Well, actually, I'm gonna try to help you. I'm gonna try to make a distraction for him. I'm gonna be a badger and try to run around his body, try to maybe stun him or maybe just distract him. Like a rabbit, badger.
All right, so I'm not entirely sure what this is. This feels like this sounds like you're bending fate in order to give Quinn fate's favor to the next roll.
All right. Let's see. $11.
Alrighty,
Badger Man attack!
Quinn, you have fate's favor on your next roll, I believe.
Okay.
And you can heal a harm, inflict a harm. This is like just a perfectly normal thing. Is there anything else you'd like to do with it?
I think that's it.
Alright, and then I could say that as 10 plus, instead of a boon and bane, you can do 1 boon and no banes. I'm cool with that. Alright, Quentin. The one around there is being wait, were you distracting the one in the net or the one that Liam and Callum have been dealing with?
The one that's in the net, I think, is hopefully not going anywhere for a moment.
Right.
So I'm going to pick up a wrench, and I'm going to throw it at the one that Liam has been fighting.
Alrighty. With the distraction from both Liam and the Badger, you have fate's favor. So.
Excellent. So I'm smiting at 3d6 plus 1?
Yeah.
Alright. So I do not know the formula for drop the lowest, so we're just going to figure out what it is as we go. Here we go.
Yeah.
So, oh wow!
Holy shit, Jim! What the hell did you? What gods
Jim,
did you curse?
Did you legitimately piss off Fate? Because
Fate
I think
does
you
not
legitimately.
Holy
I did
shit.
today. Yeah.
Is that
Wow.
natural? Is that possible?
So I have good news and I have bad news.
That's Wow.
Either way, take a thread.
That
Okay.
Badger's gonna get smacked by that wrench.
Bad news is, you hear this kind of like snap, 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 snap. Then you hear the scrape of wood on tile and the loading of a crossbow as you hear this kind of thick and a sharp pain in your back. Take 2 harm from me, friendo.
Yay. All right. I am. All right.
How you doing on harm?
So I have taken 5 harm. I have Iron Heart, however, which helps. So that means that I'm not at minuses yet, but I'm about to be. if I take any more harm.
Okay. All right. Good to know. I haven't been keeping the best track of it, but you've probably taken the most out of all of us.
So
all
much
of you.
harm.
That's a lot of harm.
That's a lot.
So what's the situation look like right now?
So the one that you had netted freed itself and shot Quinn in the back like a coward.
Mhm.
And Liam and Simus kind of have the one towards the front fairly occupied.
All right, so it's time to step up my game a little bit. I didn't realize this, but I apparently get Divine's Favor because I have Divine Tools on all of my crafty stuff. So that would have helped, but it's going to help this time. I'm going to try and make something else this time.
Alrighty.
I'm going to go ahead and roll, and then we'll see what I can get from that. So it's 3d6. Hopefully I don't pull a gem here. Okay, so that is 9 plus 3, that's a 12.
7. Yeah, 7 plus. Yeah.
So it's 6 plus 6, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you do it.
Yeah,
what are the
2.
2 effects?
I would like disorienting and restraining. I don't know how that exactly works with something that doesn't have a head, but maybe it like has a little bit of like, I'm imagining like another net, but this one has like shock basically on it. So it's like it's got electricity weaving through it this time.
Nice.
I've got like this like just one of the pouches is just all nets. I've just got a bunch of nets.
Well, Calum Hunt, nothing but net.
Nothing but net.
So is this the one
with the crossbow?
Closer. All right, yeah. That's having they just went from worse to bad to worse. So,
yeah.
Liam, where are you up to? Just still fighting?
Yeah, so the person I just stole the stuff from is still going, right?
Yeah. You've disarmed it and taken the equipment away from it, and it's not doing great.
I'd like to do my best to finish him off, if possible. So
All right.
I think that's probably just going to be smite again.
Continue smiting.
I'm sorry, I'm boring.
No worries.
Okay, roll 2d6 plus 2, 10 again. And
All
then,
right.
For this one, I'm going to choose the 3 options: exchange, harm, crush them, and then I'm going to make an opening for someone to be able to get to where Quinn is, if that's possible.
Yeah, just eliminating this. It's less one that's a real threat right now.
Okay, one less thing to focus on, essentially.
Yeah. How do you finish this one off?
I think what happens is I punch it and then I start to walk past it. And as I walk past it, it tries to jump on me and sort of tackle me from behind, and a bunch of porcupine quills come out of my back and it impales itself on him.
Hell yeah. Okay, here is the situation right now. 2 of them are dead. Calum has the equipment in his bottomless bag, and the only remaining Dullahan is it's pretty much out at this point. Like, if you wish to interrogate it, you can, but just about any of you can finish it off.
Just kind of flick a switch on my my gun, and it just sends like an extra pulse of electricity through it.
Alright. Yeah, so it dead?
Yeah.
Alright. I think that's that's it. You just kind of stand up in the middle of this hardware store with the Dullahans fully eliminated. You can kind of hear the horses kind of disperse, and that's where we're gonna take a break.
Okay. All right. Cool. We shall break for a few minutes. We're going to try something on the break. We'll see how it goes. And if I don't know if we'll get through all of it, we'll see. It depends on how it goes. So we'll see you in a little bit. Surprise! This is a thing that we are trying out here as a kind of break content. We recorded this a couple of days ago. And Levi and I are going to talk a little bit about Demigods and just gaming in general, whilst we are in reality right now off taking a break and doing whatever it is we need to be doing. When you're seeing this, we should have been playing for about an hour and a half now. So you've probably got an idea, at least in general, about what Demigods is. But let's unpack a little bit of our histories with having seen this game. This game isn't actually fully out yet. It's there was a Kickstarter, and now we are working from the Quick Start rules. The newest version of the Quick Start rules just came out a few days ago, and this is where we are. So, Levi, how did you first come across this game?
A while back, not too long after I first learned about Powered by the Apocalypse in general, I was looking for probably Masks or Monsters of the Week. I stumbled across the Happy Jacks RPG group, kind of casually followed them for a while. This would have been 2016-ish maybe, but then they did the first proper actual play of Demigods last year roundabout. Watched that out, and I was pretty much hooked on it, just given that I'm a fan of the kind of modern mythology inspired fiction.
Very cool, very cool. What fiction are you into with respect to this?
The main stuff that the main kind of fiction that I guide this sort of thing on is the Percy Jackson novels and Rick Riordan's other work, because he's done quite a few series since. But yeah, I've been in those books for many years, over a decade now.
Very cool. Very cool. The closest I've done is I've actually kind of come at this more from the American Gods angle, and sort of as far as, and I've read Greek mythology and stuff like that,
right?
And various other mythologies, but I kind of am a fan there, it's an interesting game. The closest thing that I think I've actually played to a game like this is kind of elusive. It's Amber Diceless, basically. where you have they're not gods per se, but you're playing descendants of these people who may as well be. They're kind of consider themselves sort of godlike beings in a way, because they do have rather a lot of power, and those are based on novels by Roger Zelazny. Zelazny also was someone that Neil Gaiman mentions as being somewhat of an inspiration, I think, for American Gods to an extent. Just I think in terms of the tone that he tried to take with it more than anything else. When you have like a character who is basically a demigod, who's a child of a deity. But what about you? Have you ever were there any games that you've played that got anywhere kind of close to this neighborhood or dealt with mythology specifically?
Not really. This is the first time I've kind of engaged with this fiction in this kind of medium. It's possible that I've heard of like one of the closer equivalents, Scion, like is possible, but this is like the first time I've seen this type of fiction put into an RPG form.
Right. Yeah. I'd heard about Scion. I might actually have a Scion book in the other room, possibly. It's you have friends, they move away, and you get some of their books. I think that's apparently how that works. But I've looked at Scion a little bit. I've never actually played it. I've heard very good things about it. I also have been meaning at some point I want to try to get a chance to do Part-Time Gods, which is a game by Eloy Lasanta with Third Eye Games. I have a copy of that. I have not had a chance to play it yet. Might come up on the channel at some point.
Yeah, I'll look it up.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It goes more into the idea of just balancing it with very much the mundane aspects of your life, where you can be a god of a lot of different kinds of things. It doesn't have to be something tied to a specific pantheon necessarily, but it's a thing where you discover this, where you take on this job, but then you've got this job, and then you also have to pay rent and such. So it's very much a kind of a look into that. But this is the first time I've seen anything like this that's powered by the Apocalypse. And so I thought that was very neat. What is it about this game in particular that you really like?
I think part of it is that it's much looser. Like with again with Scion and with like Wolf stuff, there's a lot of like what you're capable of doing is a lot more bounded, and of course you do have some fairly obvious bounds in any PBTA game, but they're a lot more malleable. Like it's a lot easier to resolve this, even if it's not a particular move. It's very possible that I've done it already, where it's like, okay, give me a prowess roll or a weird roll, that kind of thing.
I just like in general how the Apocalypse Engine games are very much just, it's a conversation.
Yeah.
And that it rolls into the different moves so that they... Quiet, me! Stop that! We have a game to play, damn it!
Shut up, me! I'm trying to talk.
Yes! Note to self: break video shorter. Awesome. So that was that was an attempt to try to create break content, and we're learning. But still, I would appreciate any feedback on that. Anyone has to give at any point. Let me know what do you think of that kind of thing, and I may try to do more in the future. But we must now return to the world of Demigods.
Okay. Yeah. You're just kind of like saying in the aftermath of this brawl at the hardware store the cashier is like, holy crap, thank you. Yeah. And you just kind of negotiate. Mortals can't really pick up much on what you're doing. You talk to them later in the day. For all you know, they're gonna forget. But hey, you managed to kind of clean up your mess at the store. Then you just kind of step out, and across the street you see. Well, first off, we have something left to resolve. Quinn, you managed to take off $1 Hand's armor, and you kind of notice on the inside there's almost like stamped in logo of what appears to be an eye, and this kind of there there is this name. It has a name. I didn't. But yeah, there's this kind of like this local water processing company that has a plant just outside of town.
Okay. I'm going to show it to Callum and sort of confirm that is what I think it is.
Yeah, and I look at the other two. And I look back down at the logo. I look at the other two. This is this wouldn't be the plant that you guys, messed with recently.
It would be.
I mean,
Yeah.
Oh, this was that.
This is that.
Oh, hell.
Sorry. Should have been more careful.
that was fun though. I mean, woof! That was quite a workout for me and for you guys. It's been a while, isn't it?
You just turned into a badger.
Yeah, I never done that before. That was pretty cool actually. I never knew Badger was that. I don't know. I thought Piranha was much more energizing, but the Badger, I've never messed with the Badger before, so thank God that never happens. Also, why did you net me? I thought we were bros.
The net was a little bigger than I thought. That's all.
Uh,
You need to build a better net next time. Make sure he stays in.
It kind of gives you a knowing look, like, I know.
Yeah. You kind of begin making your way out, and then this yeah, it's this one. This kind of middle-aged woman, kind of like most days you would think is just some ordinary like local mom type, early 40s. This kind of like simple green dress, but none of you seen around town before. But you do remember at some point last year, someone who was rather cross with Sigmus.
Wait, what? What did you do?
I feel like this is a long list, however. So.
Yeah, that's...
What did you do to me?
No, that's what you do to them.
Yes, it's I
Oh,
was
hello.
expecting to see at least you, Mr. Hunt, across the street. But I saw a bit of a commotion. Decided to wait it out.
Yeah, we got involved. Which tends to not go right, but
Wasn't our fault.
You has a bit of a handle on that sort of thing. If you're not too busy, I have a idea of a commission for you. Callum, was it?
Yes, Callum Hunt of Smelter's
Hi.
Coffee.
Yes. I was about to speak with your father, but he was rather busy. Some antics with his wife and Aries again.
Tends to
It,
happen. I have no
yes.
idea, actually. I don't pay attention to any of that.
Uh, yes, he actually referred me to you. Uh, were those horses any of your concern?
Um, I look at Liam. Do you need those? Liam, do you need the horses?
I don't need them.
I might need them.
No,
Maybe I can-
they're none of our concern.
You don't need to
Yeah.
know about what your dad gets up to with horses.
Oh,
Yes, I don't.
saw that one on the internet once.
Yeah.
You mean my dad or Callum's dad?
Your
Uh,
dad.
No, your dad.
Your father. I don't know the man well, but
Oh, don't
it's one
worry,
of those
my
things
dad
that you hear of.
I kind of know him.
Well,
Actually, can we get your name before we continue this conversation
oh,
any further?
I'm Demir, of course. I'm terribly sorry. It has been some time.
Right. Yeah.
Yes. So
Do we bow? It's been a long time since I've.
it is fun. The familiar situation, it's really difficult. It's not the easiest thing to explain, but yeah, we're family, essentially.
Yeah.
But yes, I'll have a few of my servants having troubles in the fields. Could use some new equipment that someone of your skill would likely be able to manufacture.
Yeah. I've got a garage in the back. I could get like now.
Well, if there's always some sort of follow up with these types of situations. Usually, demigods only deal with just. I've only dealt with them one on one, but yes, if there's something, I already dropped off the plans with. I believe it was your shift manager.
Thanks for that. No, that's gonna go swimmingly. I have to explain that one later. No, I'll get right on it. Yeah. I'll bill you. It won't take long.
Of course. Thank you very much. Oh, Mr. Carter, let me just take care of that for you. Let's just kind of like pat you on the shoulder and yeah, you can heal up that harm.
Oh. Yeah, basically it was sitting on the riding mower, sort of patching myself up, and I was like, oh, thanks.
Oh yes, I shall be back here soon to follow up with you, Callum, to deal with that.
Right.
Then, unless there's anything else, she just kind of turns around the corner, and she just kind of goes off back to whatever she does in her free time.
Kind of like look at this and like that doesn't happen that often. Okay, I promise.
Alrighty, what's the play?
Time.
You got to take this gig, or do we have time to go?
I mean,
mop up at this factory.
it seems like that. I couldn't tell if that was urgent or not.
Why'd
Kind of
you
like-
come now?
I'm sure that can wait. I mean, come on.
Gods and time don't really mix. I feel like they're.
You're talking to someone who have a lot of time in his spare time.
No, but like, we get one of these attacks once every other month. The same day.
It's just a
Usually
chore at
things like
point.
this I would assume wouldn't want to be around gods.
It's just It's your at this point. I'm not complaining. I like the fighting.
I'm gonna go look at the plans. You guys figure out what we need to do with this plant situation. If there has been some sort of a grievance that we could solve. I'm gonna start walking across and come get some coffee while we figure this out. Just
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you kind of your your shift manager dropped them off at in like I assume there's like a little back office just off of the garage.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's essentially like one of those like big things
Drawing tables.
No, I was talking about those almost like an arch thing across the field. They're essentially like a large stick supported by big wheels, and they just kind of be moved across roaring fields. It's basically just that, but really big.
Okay.
Yeah. You can. You wouldn't think it was something that's urgent, but you would. You best. You wouldn't probably don't want to upset her again, and you don't really know. She didn't really give you a time to pick anything up or follow up appointment.
Yeah.
So Cygnus and Liam, you remember back when you took care of the plants? There was this large chamber somewhere in the center, and you remember you had to deal with something in there. You're able to cut off stuff going in and out, but you weren't really able to damage anything in the actual chamber.
Would it work to try to pierce the veil for this? To
Sure.
look at like the signet and the armor and see if it like helps connect dots?
Yeah, kind of think about when you were there and just remembering looking at that kind of stuff.
Okay. Pierce the veil, 2 5, so 10.
All right, take a thread and 3 questions, I believe.
Okay, so I think, what does this person, place, or thing want with me?
And with these, you can kind of switch between the thing in the armor or.
I'm gonna go with the group.
Yeah, the blind eye aquaculture.
Yeah.
They want to control water supply, be able to kind of they have full legal clearance to do what they want in the county with their water supply, and so the thing is basically pay farmers and that kind of stuff, essentially holding water ransom.
Why did this person, place, or thing just attack the hardware store? Or what were they? I don't know what the best fitting one is, but I want to know why they were grabbing that.
The only thing
why did this person, place, or thing just rob the hardware store for those items?
It takes a bit longer for you to figure this one out, but the only thing you can really think of is that someone wants to that there's essentially a mutiny within the plant itself, and thinking it has to do with whatever is in that chamber.
What is the purpose of what is in the chamber?
That is a very complex question, but it's basically it's whoever's in the chamber wants to rule.
So Cygnus, you remember that chamber?
Yep, I remember it like the back of my hand.
Yeah, because like the back of your hand, we couldn't get and see what's inside of it. So something's going on with that.
Well, I
That's
thought you and you and Callum was working on breaking open that chamber. Whatever's inside is probably something important. Maybe the gods want it. Maybe we should get it because we're always drawn here, right? So
I
maybe
mean, that or it's whoever sent those dull hands. You know, not necessarily something fun, but something that needs to be dealt with, right?
yeah, we should get in there, finish it off, and finally maybe we can be free from this whatever curses. We should talk to
Well,
Quinn and Callum about this,
sounds like a plan. I think we probably relay the information we have to Quinn and Callum.
I mean, can you blame us? Can you really blame us?
Yes.
Look, they're taking the water from the entire place. If they keep on doing that, you're not going to be able to use the pump to get water for the coffee maker.
No, you're right.
They'll have to buy it from them or buy it from out of town, and either way, it'll be charging you 10 times what it costs now. And I need water for my fields.
You know, I could always help you with that, right? Just a little bit of going to the sewer and, switching things up. I'm always good for some vandalizing.
That's actually how he got in through the sewer system and unlocked it from the inside.
All right, let's get this over with.
Quinn, you've been pretty quiet.
You have a all right. Look, you have a thing. You need to break into it.
Yeah.
How big is this chamber?
Really big.
Big.
I might be able to break into
Barn.
Like a small building.
I might be able to make a hole in it, possibly.
Well, would you be able to help with us when we got inside?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want this to, whatever it is, to get out. Right?
I mean, I don't know what it's doing in there, but whatever it's doing in there, it's still affecting us out here.
Yeah, we got to stop whatever's happening, or at the very least figure it out. So, yeah. Not exactly happy about it. I don't like doing things this way, but we got to do it.
Looks like the sword cut you there. Let's see if I can patch you up before we head on out.
That's okay.
Man, I thought you liked to fight. You don't like to go fighting against big monsters?
I do not like to go fighting against big monsters, big, small, or any other size.
I mean, they're monsters, so that's fair.
How about this? I'll make you guys some tools, some fun ticket items, and then I actually probably should work on this project. So, how about this? I'll make you a couple things. Anybody got any requests? I can do some crafting, get some shit ready for you, and then you guys can just go, and then I don't piss off another deity.
Sigmus just brightens up, pulls out a bunch of lists, and be like, just hands it over to to tell
What do
him
you
like
what do
get
you
it.
what do you want me to do with this?
You said that you could make us things, right? And I've been waiting for the day you said that. There's a list of things you should do right
Just
there.
kind of, where do you want me to start?
Then it goes one hand, gets to the floor, rolls a little bit further.
It rolls like out like outside of the hardware store.
All right, so it just stink bombs like 8 times.
What? It's stink bombs from like skunk, sewer pipe, grandma's old laundry, old grave.
I'm just gonna make one.
We just kind of.
You got time to work up a spear, maybe?
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna roll like 3 times on crafty and just like make some
Right.
things if that works for as my like outro.
Totally. Yeah.
Luckily, I do have divine favor on this, so. So first roll, let's see, that's 3 plus 6 plus 3.
Yeah, 12.
Yep.
So you go there.
Second roll.
Also a 12.
Yep.
Yeah, wow.
Third roll.
Also a 12.
Excellent.
Yay!
This is my area of expertise. It's fine.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes. In just like half an hour, you put all these things together, and you just kind of like see these like a spear, some stink bombs, and stuff lay on a table, and that's where we'll stop for a moment.
All right. Unfortunately, because of my own incompetence with timing and various other things going on, we ran into kind of a wall with Tyran's schedule. Tyran, so if you let us know any thoughts you have about the portion of the session you were able to play, and where folks can find you.
No, it was great. It's a fun story. Everyone's a joy to play with. Again, I'm Taran. You can find me on Twitter at TarzanNozy, and then I do some stuff with the streaming group Variant Roles, specifically, which is what's taking my time for this. I've got to go run my own game of Powered by the Apocalypse stuff, Urban Shadows. We're on season 2. It's been a lot of fun. Not this week, but next week we'll bring back our Cypher space horror game, Project VHS, which has been terrifying. And then no, I like everyone's characters a lot. There's just it feels like these playbooks give you a lot of like room to mess around with, so it's kind of what I've taken away. Everyone has done some really fun shit so far, so
Yay! Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate it. Sadly, unfortunately, Taran has to dip, but we're going to go to break real quick, and I'm going to reset the cameras, and we will be right back. See you shortly. Greetings. You can, no doubt, see that we are here. Okay, good, good. There is a... let me see if I can fix this one thing I wanted to bring in real quick. That seems to be not there. Let me go ahead and add that in real quick, just so that I can have that available. I'm gonna be. This is live editing on the fly. That isn't showing up and starting up. That's weird. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, that's odd. Okay. All right. Well, never mind. There is nothing but darkness. That's okay. We can do other stuff. So we are back. What are we doing?
Well, so your game plan is just heading out to the plant? Just kind of. All right. Yeah, between Liam's truck and the borrowed car, it's very possible for the three of you to make your way down and take care of situation at Blind Eye Aquaculture while Callum is taking care of his project for Demeter.
Mm-hmm.
And so you see this, this kind of like large industrial plant towards this, the remaining half of a nearby lake, and as this kind of like fence area around it with essentially a small security station. You can kind of see some of their other tall figure.
Do you guys want me to take care of this? I know, make distraction while you guys comes in, waltz into the place.
Does this look like a mundane tall figure, or does this look as though, like, is it a person wearing armor or some such thing?
No armor, but you can see, like, just looking a little closer, they're particularly tall. Like, I think, just judging by the looking at the security station, there's something that kind of makes him look shorter than he is.
Mm-hmm.
Just if you really wanted to look into it deep enough, you could see that there was just by judging the distance, the person would actually be around 7 or 8 feet tall, and they have very long, shaggy red hair and beard, which someone working at this kind of company wouldn't normally have.
Yeah. That's I'm like. I mean, do it. If you want to do it, kid, go ahead. But that's looks like
be a bit careful.
Yeah.
Don't worry, you guys. Be careful isn't in my dictionary, by the way. So, just wish me luck, which actually is in my dictionary. And I walk up to them and I try to sway them. Hello, gentlemen.
Oh, hey there. What can we do for you over here?
I seem to be having trouble back at my car. It's kind of wrecked and all that. Maybe you guys can help.
Now, respectfully, I would need to get in touch with my supervisor just to make sure he can have someone come in and watch the space while I will gladly head out to help with the car.
Who's your supervisor's name again?
I have to
I'm sorry.
Okay. Uh, well, I believe that at, at least Anthony on that's on shift right now.
Well, thing is, I'm actually a relative of him. So if you don't mind, I'd like you to help me with my car, and maybe I can give my relative some words, and you might get a bit of more paycheck coming your way. It's not that bad if you think about it.
Roll to sway someone.
Yes, finally. Finally. Let me check my move. Uh, when telling half truths or outright lies, take a +1 to sway someone. But since I have
Nice.
gifted, if you which I have a silver tongue, roll with fate's favor instead of the +1s.
Excellent.
So, how do I roll again with the fate stick?
Roll 3 dice. I think it's -1, like 3d6 -1d. Then I think plus your awe. I think that might be the thing.
All right. So let me just roll the 3d6 first. Yeah, 1d6. And then
Alright,
as
so
for my
that's
awe, let me
So
check my.
9 plus.
I think if I
For that?
My awe would be my perform under pressure, isn't it? Or was it?
nope, sway someone, so
So it's a charm. All right.
yeah.
Sway someone there. All right. So here it is.
So yeah, that's so 9 plus 1, that brings up to a 10. So yeah. Oh, well, that'd be my kind of, yeah. Yes, that truck out there.
Hmm.
All right, yeah. I'll see what I can do. I think I have some spare tools in my own car. Just then, he'll walk on over to this car in a nearby parking lot. Then make his way over to the truck.
All right. I'll motion to.
Is he making his way over to my truck?
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna end up breaking it. There's no way any attempt at repairs from anyone other than him is gonna make it any better.
Well, at least it's gonna buy us time to get in.
Well, we're not gonna be able to make a speedy retreat.
Yeah. Fair.
You can improvise later. It's all right.
Well, they might have some vehicles around here somewhere. We need to make a getaway. We'll see.
You just want me to check for a getaway car or what?
Yeah, there's got like 15 or 20 cars of just people that work here out in like a side parking lot.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, let's just keep those in mind just in case he does end up breaking it.
Steal some visitor badges from his desk.
Yeah.
We don't even need to steal like a car keys. You know me, Lyle. It's like we haven't met each other yet.
I said steal the visitor badges.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, steal visitor badges.
Yeah.
I'll handle it. If you want.
Yeah, just in case, let's grab some badges.
Yeah. All right. So
the more questions we have to answer, the better.
Yeah. What's the approach? Trying to just walk in as like totally normal visitors, or trying to stealth your way in.
Quinn, you got anything?
Well, yeah. Basically, I'm just gonna look. Do we know where? Well, yeah. Just to be clear, these two are the only ones who have been here before. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. So I'm like, well, I mean, you folks know where this thing is, right? You know how what kind of what we might have to get past to get in.
Levi, what do we
There-
know?
There are some a few doors where it will be like authorized personnel only. Then after a couple of those where it's just like nothing's actually stopping you, there are a few that have like a keypad.
Okay, so we're probably gonna need Sigmas to pull whatever trick it was that he pulled to get you in before. Yeah.
Well, what sort of stuff did we get from our friend? I know we got a spear and a stink bomb, but what else did Callum give us?
Uh,
I wonder if he gives me like a puzzle device. That would be me.
yeah, well, yeah. We can definitely say that there's something that would allow you to bypass a kind of digital security.
Cool.
Right. We'll actually roll for that. Actually.
All right.
He made a very good roll.
Yes, it's very nice rolls.
Can I assume, by the way, that my spear is like is I don't know how magical his stuff is that he can make, but I was wondering if this could be a thing where it's like the spear doesn't normally look like a spear.
Oh, totally. Like that. That would probably just happen anyway.
Okay.
Like,
Oh, okay, cool. There's
Yeah.
sort of a veil type thing that goes on.
yeah,
Okay,
that type of thing.
Awesome.
Like
Yeah.
people just wind up looking the other way, like just not looking at it or whatever.
Excellent.
But yeah. But yeah, just kind of make your way over here. It's weird. You'd think there would be like a few technicians walking about, occasionally some like office workers. That's a lot of the situation that Liam and Cygnus had to deal with last time. Not quite the case. You can you just kind of make your way over, and eventually you pass through a few things where the only thing stopping you is a sign, and then you manage to reach something with a digital keypad. And Cygnus, I'm going to have you roll larceny. Use larceny, so it's from under pressure with fate's favor.
I actually have a prestidigitation roll
Oh,
instead of the plus
So-
one. So
so yeah, we can say that you have from the whatever the device is, it gives you both, allows both fate's favor and +1.
all right. So I'll be rolling my what's it again?
Metal.
My what? Sorry, I
The 2d6 plus metal, which
oh, it
unless you bumped it up, is it will just be the +1 you're getting from the thing.
okay. So like that.
Okay, so that's 7 plus 1 is an 8. Let me see if there's anything specific under here. From under pressure.
Wait, was
so-
it? Why is it 7 plus 1? Is it drop the lowest or drop the
yeah, drop-
highest?
Oh, it's a 9 plus 1, so it's 10. Never mind. Thank you.
Sorry, I just wasn't
read-
sure of what was going on.
Reading's hard sometimes.
I mean, valid.
But yeah, you managed to think there's something that you kind of place over it. Then can beep. You hear the lock kind of click open, and yeah, you kind of you walk on in through a few more halls, a few like the office of the more important people. Then you pass on to further into the plant itself. This was kind of like a smaller office building leading into the industrial plant, and you see in this kind of large chamber several pipes leading into this, like, it almost looks like a sort of smaller grain silo, like that vague shape. And you see a several people like the security officer, kind of tall, shaggy red hair, all kind of taking these hammers and kind of chiseling them at the base and trying to find like cracks in the seams. It's not quite working. What do you do?
Well, what do you guys want to do?
I feel as though if they want to release this thing, it probably shouldn't be released. But they're going to keep going.
I'm not saying we should release it.
Yeah.
Saying that whatever's in there is what sent the doula hands.
All right. Well, we could try getting one and interrogating him, or maybe we could try taking these, just taking him out, and then just taking a closer look at this thing if we need to. I'm good going in either of those directions.
I trust your gut. Which one do you think is the best option?
Wait, I'm the one who's...
There's a pretty good line of sight. They've got a pretty good line of sight around them, so it's going to be hard to it's going to be hard to take them by surprise.
Unless I'm in it.
Well, that's what I was thinking, is that if we distract them, if we cause some kind of a distraction, we might be able to get a few of them, draw a few of them away, and then we only have fewer to deal with. So I don't know. Can you make it seem as though there's something, something that would draw them away? Maybe
a dog, a loose dog in a place like this.
Well, I was thinking more along the lines of if you can make them think they're hearing an explosion somewhere else, but...
You're telling me I should do that.
Just get the workers to unionize. That'll distract the guards.
Oh, I can do that too. All right, which one do you guys want? Do you guys want me to use a stink bomb, or do you guys want me to make a make the workers go unionize? Unionize. Yeah. Or I can do both. Basically, I make them unionize and I give them the smoke bombs, and we'll be throwing bombs inside the facility. Bada bing, bada boom.
Oh, I see. You're talking about making it. If you can get them angry enough to start making use of those that way, then if they're running around vandalizing the place with like that kind of thing, then that might draw them away, maybe.
Yeah, and hey, making friends is always good.
Yeah, I mean, if you think you've got time to do that, then it's I don't know. I don't know that we don't exactly have time for a union meeting here, so only if you think those tensions are sitting here, already is all I'm saying.
Would I have known about this since me and Lime has been going around this place for a while now?
You would have seen. There are a few people that you would have seen. One of them being this. You remember an older woman, kind of like just not using walking stick as like someone who needed, just someone who like just carried this cane with them, but you don't really see her here, or a lot of the kind of either any of the office people or kind of more hands-on technical people that would have worked with the plant.
Hmm. Got another idea. Well, anyway, this. I'm gonna try this out, but just in case, his Sigmas looks to Liam and hands him two of his smoke bombs and be like, "Look, if I give you the signal, which is like like this, you go ahead and start throwing that inside the building. All right, go ahead and do that, and just make a chaos, and then hide somewhere else. That should draw them
Fire
up.
alarm. Okay.
Yeah, fire alarm and much more if you want. I actually want to see how bad like you can make that.
That's
So yeah,
actually a pretty good plan.
Huh. Yeah.
yeah, and while you're at it, I can tell them that something is going on, and it might be some workers going up and unionize, and they might be going off to check what's up.
I mean, just the thought of a fire will probably get them moving out.
Yeah, fire would do it.
Alright,
Let's not make
fire it
this
is.
too complicated.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can't
Yeah,
follow it when it gets too complicated.
yeah. I'm sorry. I'm too creative sometimes. You know me. I'm the son of a whatever he is. I
Yeah.
don't really want to mention his name anyway. Anyway, all right. See you guys soon. And he just walks off to the folks. It's like, hello, people. How's works going? Don't mind me. I'm
Jeez,
just one
Lord.
of the worker here, and well, I'm gonna use one of my moves, which is no wait. I don't think it was a move. Let me check. Oh yeah, no, I don't have that move, so I'm just gonna play them.
One of them that kind of seems to be kind of overseeing this. Uh, there one's supposed to be. There one's supposed to be anybody coming in today. And one of them, and then he kind of looks over to one of them. You go and see if McCready still didn't get out of the office. And one of the other feared bulldogs kind of runs off towards a kind of a side door. So, now, how'd you get on over here? Just kind of like walking towards you.
What do you mean? I've always been here. I mean, the other officers sent me down here to check on you guys, see what's up. Apparently, you guys are being this hostile, and frankly, I'm new here. All right, I'm new here. I've just been everyone's lackeys. All right, just give me a break.
We ain't hired new folks in quite some time.
You sure about that?
I feel like I would have remembered if she hired anyone else recently. And if you would like to use that one thing you used earlier, I'll let you. Like that.
Sure.
That is what you're trying to do.
So, say
Which is sway someone, and I think you have the thing that lets you do fate's favor.
yep.
Alrighty.
All right, so I just do it the same thing again.
Yeah, same thing that you just did with your on instead of the +1 thing.
So all right. So don't need the plus one or
No, just the normal. I think you have a thing that with the silver tongue gift, you have fate's favor instead of +1.
all right.
I think this what you did out by the security station.
So 3d6 and
All right, that is a 10. So, you just kind of feel it's just kind of you like just how dry it is, especially this close to the chamber. Well, if you were one of the new hires and you weren't part of this little, they kind of like vaguely gestures over to like what they're doing over here. Change your mind? You decide to finally let them free?
Not sure. Well, actually, they want you guys to go back and try to check in, with the big boss. Try to talk in with some people about convincing them that yeah, this is a good thing because there are others who are actually. I don't know if I should say this because I'll be snitching some other people, and I don't actually know you know what's gonna be the punishment for
Yeah.
them being against our little mission here. But
Yeah.
there are some people here who thinks about
Well, he just
not.
kind of like leans down towards you. Listen, boy, I'm the boss now. And if any of the others have decided to have a little change of heart, well, I already sent one over there. They could bring that up with him.
Well, yeah, but it's best that you can handle it yourself, right? I mean, it's not like anyone's gonna get in here. We got all the place locked up, and it's better that you handle everything in the in the facility before any one of them realize that someone snitched and they finally get out of this place and you lost them.
God damn, the dull hands. They should have been back by now. Someone's onto us. All you lot, move. Then he just kind of like pushes you towards where there's a like hammer and chisel. It just kind of like basically tells you to join in what they're doing.
Hmm. Oh, there you go, folks. The distraction.
Do you give the signal behind your back?
Let's see. They're already all moving, so
All right, yep.
we got the chaos.
You want to throw these, or should I?
And
Sorry.
as the smoke just goes up and make havoc around, and it's just gonna
Well,
boss,
I do.
they're on to us. They're finally on to us.
I do kind of want to see just how well this resolves, which I think is just going to wind up being an a performer under pressure.
All right, under pressure.
For either Liam or Quinn, whichever.
Do you want to do that, or
no.
should I?
What is it we're trying to do? I didn't quite catch all of it.
Basically, set off some smoke bombs somewhere out in the office as a distraction.
Metal.
Yeah, I mean, if I think if Liam would like to do it, I think I'd just it'd be good if I'm kind of in reserve just in case guarding people's backs.
Okay.
Or you could provide aid if you so desire.
Actually, I'll aid. I'll aid Liam with that if I may. Well, we'll see if he needs it.
If it's needed.
Okay. Then I have a +2, so roll 2d6 +2 and 10.
All right. Nope, you're good. So yeah, we can say that Quinn's able to kind of watch the door from a reasonable position, so that once the smoke bombs go off and firearms starts blaring, the kind of boss giant just goes, "Damn it, they're here." You two, kind of gesturing to the other Fearbolgs, go on, see what the hell's going on over there. Damn, they might have gotten away. And then they the two of them that were like the two remaining ones kind of begin running out, and the boss just kind of like looks around, just kind of like kind of like gestures, kind of as if keeping a hand on a weapon.
Okay, so it's just the boss left by the thing.
Yep, so far.
All right. So I think that now would be an opportune time to try to. I mean, ideally, to try to sneak up and take and knock him unconscious if at all possible. Although if this is someone 7 feet tall, I don't know if that's going to be possible, but we can give it a try.
We can always try.
Yes.
Liam, can you reach him?
Liam probably would have been like just getting back from setting off the smoke bombs.
All right.
But we can say that you're headed back to the core chamber.
I believe in Quinn.
Okay.
All right.
So,
And
Mhm.
and as soon as you're also just you can either keep up the act if you wish, or depending on whatever how Quinn's roll goes. Yeah, so I think Quinn, I'm gonna have you smite your enemies.
Oh, okay. I think I can do that. I do that quite a lot.
Warrior fighting.
That's strange. And also, I finally actually plugged the correct numbers into the character sheet.
Nice.
So
Excellent.
I now have a +3, so that helps. I did not see the numbers that you get in addition to the ones that to the one you can add. So.
Ray, that is an 8. So what's your choice here?
Let's see. That's something. Can I take from my enemy his consciousness?
Sure. We can see
his conscious state. I know that might be cheating. I don't know. That might be bending the rules too much. I don't know.
We have precedent for it. There's precedent for it being kind of loosey goosey, and you just kind of circle around and almost like a pool cue with the blunt end of the spear, and just kind of one the. All right, you have an unconscious giant and whatever is there in the chamber.
Excellent.
Sigmus walks over, being like,
Okay. And just basically, we're gonna see to tying the giant up. At the very least for now, tie the giant up as though that will do any good. I don't think we have the appropriate chains or whatever to tie up the giant. So
we go really use the
but I will search him.
Yes. Yeah, I think we could just say that there's some like cabling somewhere they can find easily enough in proper time, kind of tie him up. And searching his pockets, you can tell. I should have had these kind of things open. I'm sure there's a quicker way to do this. But you can tell that this is just like an upper manager in the blind eye aquaculture, and like there's not much you can really get off of searching him.
Yeah.
It's kind of like things that any person would have on in their pockets most given time.
Yeah.
But
Something about these guys looks familiar. I can't put my finger on it. But, as we're sort of binding them up. I don't know if that's really going to hold them for very long. All right. So I figure either we can try to bring him around and question him, or we can try to look inside this thing.
You know what's the safest bet is?
What do you think?
I don't know.
I'd say we question these peeps. Rather than taking a peek inside whatever nightmare is behind that door. I surely don't want to be sleeping with my minds on whatever is inside that thing.
Well, let's talk to them then. I'm not great at talking with people, though.
That's why I'm here, Liam. That's why I'm here.
Right. Great. You be the good cop.
I'll be the neutral cop.
Quinn held out a gun.
You can just kind of like just stop and wake.
Just take his stuff from him first, obviously, and all. Yeah.
You can tell that I said he was reaching for a weapon. He had this kind of like a large club, kind of almost as if concealed in some sort of the newly magic of it. There's this like kind of basically a shillelagh type thing.
Yeah.
It's you. You folks.
Yeah.
I knew you were the new hire.
Actually I am, but they kind of convinced me to be, their people, and I guess I'm part of the snitches now.
What's in the chamber?
Come on, you don't know?
Would I ask if I knew?
Fair enough. You got the first king of Morgans in there. Baylor himself.
Oh, hell. Now, I'm assuming that, that as just sort of mentions that I'm just the very light amount of research that Quinn has done involving Wikipedia.
Yes.
He at least recognizes, I think, probably that.
At least for Morians.
Yeah.
And yeah.
You really want to start working for this guy again?
Wasn't he? I know what. He says he's able to rule, and I think he'll be able to do it. And of course, freeing him will allow quite the reward.
I've heard a lot of stories like that. People releasing great dangers upon the world, powerful creature, but in return, what do they get? That's because what kind of reward they will give you for releasing them? You know what? That's because they need sacrifices. They all lost it for blood. They all lost it for power. That's what they're gonna get. And I'm here trying to convince you not to do it. Life is much more worth it than doing all this. You're probably wasting too much time on this. You didn't waste. You can, do more other times doing something else that is better than this.
Of course, it kind of looks, well, this beats remaining under the thumb of half mortals like yourselves.
I'm going to give you a choice here. This place is not going to be safe for you very soon. So, either You and your guys can hightail it out of here. Or we can do this the hard way.
Look, we didn't want to hurt anyone. Pretty sure. I personally didn't want to hurt you at all. My friend's here. You know, he got a reckless impulses. But me, I personally want you to just leave. You know, you seems like you got a lot going for you, and it'll be just a waste just doing this.
This sounds like Quinn swaying someone with, if necessary, Cygnus providing aid.
I almost wish it were the other way around.
I was about to ask.
But yeah, sure.
All right.
So swaying somebody. Let's see. How does that work?
Roll plus
Please.
all, unless you have a playbook move saying otherwise.
Hey,
No.
quick question. Do you have any of them their threads?
I have a thread.
Yeah.
You can spend
Yeah.
it for Fate's favor and get that extra die.
I could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got I've got a plus
Yeah,
one
you
off.
got.
Okay.
So it's not
It's
terrible.
not bad.
Yeah.
There's an intimidation move I did not take, but
I think what we could do is
I have a negative.
have Quinn roll sway someone, then Cygnus rolling provide aid if necessary, and then seeing if you'll need to spend the thread.
and then seeing. Okay, sure.
Yeah,
sounds good.
I'm happy with that. Thank
Forgot
you.
could
Thank you
do
very
that
much.
After the fact.
Thank you very much, kind Harold. I shall roll this. I shall press this button now to roll this.
Come on.
Ooh, we could.
So that's a 9.
Yeah,
So I could use the help if it's available.
yeah, that would make the difference. I think.
And kick it up
Alright.
to a 10. Yeah.
So yeah, that is your So Cygnus, you would roll your bonds with Quinn, which one just roll +2.
All right, roll +2. So,
2d6.
normal?
Yeah, 2d6 +2.
2d6 +2. All right. 9.
All right. Yeah. He just kind of just hangs his head. You look like you could hold your own. So, I'm not too fond of the hard way. God damn. McCready's in the head office. The first one I sent's down there. And you could Liam and Cygnus know where the head office would have been. I keep having to bring in new tabs for this, but yeah, you would know that the you know that Eileen McCready is the owner and overseer of the company.
Okay. All right. Okay then.
Whew.
I just have to deal. Okay then. Well, we'll deal with her.
William?
And then if everything's together, then you can get out of here. And basically, I'm going to. I guess I'll just leave him there for right now because there's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. He has no intention of bolting.
Yeah. And
Is everything where Are people where they said they were?
Yeah. If you make your way over to McCready's office, you would see her and like a bunch of the plant workers tied up.
Okay. All right. So yeah, basically, I think that one thing that's kind of important is we need to kind of bury that area, and so I think yeah. All right. Yeah. So basically, I'm going to as we're trying to kind of talk to them as we're sort of sort of freeing them, getting them freed up. I'm going to say, listen, that thing you uncovered needs to stay uncovered. In fact, you'd be doing yourself a favor by by burying it again. And to be frank, if you don't, we know people who will.
Well, if I may be so bold, Mr. Carter, that is the core of my business you're talking about. You think I don't know what I've been dealing with for 20 years? And then as you kind of untie her, she grabs this like, I believe, like a kind of staff slash club. My father wouldn't have trusted me with this if I didn't know what I was doing.
You don't want to do this. I say, I'm just basically, I've got the, now just sort of, I have the spear, and it now is sort of like, is going to reveal its true self. You really don't.
Sigma's just going on the side and be like, that thing, you really don't want to deal with that. Believe me, man, you don't.
He's not coming back.
I had no intention of bringing him. I had no intention of bringing him back. However, I think we can manage fine enough without him. After today, I think I'm more inclined to listen to you.
Are you?
Take it from here.
Was this really like? What are you using that thing for then? If you're not trying to dig him out.
She just kind of like vaguely gestures around her, controlling the water supply.
With that thing alone?
Yeah. Using the power of his eye, focused enough and released in small enough doses, can be safely used. What?
The power of what now?
The power of Blar and the evil eye. As power of Blar and his evil eye, he is able to, if his eye is open, can cause drought. So, if the valve is opened in short enough bursts, we were able to control it fairly easily, barring any outside influence.
You have any idea how dangerous that is?
I believe I did, but I'm getting a bit closer, a bit of a better grasp on the situation.
Look, that thing needs to be buried. No one should come at it. Believe me, the last thing I want to have to do is call some friends to put an airstrike on this place.
Completely understood. I'll get my men on that as soon as possible.
Thank you.
Well,
Is there anything that we would like to resolve for the rest of the session?
I think that Liam definitely will make sure that they end up breaking everything many times.
I participate in the breaking because I do love those kind of
Oh, yeah.
things.
And most importantly, I'm going to find a handful of the components that are necessary for it and take them away from the rest and bring them back to my place and bury them somewhere.
I will say that Quinn is going to be very relieved that he didn't have to actually make those phone calls, because it would mean going back into a life that he did not want to have to go back into. Because they would not do that as just a favor. He'd have to do something in exchange.
To be fair,
Yeah.
you could have banned that airstrike if you actually wanted to fight them all.
Maybe. Yeah, that's the thing. Basically, just start running through the walls and just breaking through enough, put enough holes in the wall to take the building down on top of it.
Yeah.
And I will actually at some point listen. We're done breaking rocks. Look, I know how I am, and I'm just saying this to Liam off to sort of the side. Look, I know how I am, but if something like this is possible, maybe it's going to be okay. You want to try getting a drink?
I mean, seems like a good day for it.
Think that I could
Yeah, it
be joining this drinking?
No.
Oh, come on!
Damn it! I thought I had you. Oh, for God's sake! How'd you get up there? Get back down here. We're trying to have a private moment here.
And I think with Lane McCready being able to subdue Balar, perhaps with the power of a fellow verdant, he is buried somewhere that there's no record of, and that is where we'll stop for tonight.
Yay!
Yay! I just realized just how over we went. I finally did the math of how long we were supposed to go, but
That's about right. That's about usual
was a
for
lot
things
of
on this
fun.
channel. Yeah.
That's really
you
a
so
lot
much.
of fun. I'm glad we keep the violence at the minimum because
Yes,
my character.
actually, that was surprising. Yeah.
yeah,
Those were at the
that
front.
surprised me as well.
Yeah, I was okay with that. I didn't die,
Yeah.
so you know.
That worked out nicely.
Thank God I didn't die. You know how. You know what could happen if I died.
So I guess all that's left is to go around and do our outros. Just to say any thoughts you have about this game, and where folks can find you. And I think I will go ahead then, and I will start with Levi.
Hello, I am Levi. I've been your herald for tonight. I am at LeviFips97 on the Twitters. Yeah, I am very glad that I got to run this. I've been wanting to do that since I've roughly said something about it. So I'm grateful for the opportunity to do that and to finally run something on Jim's channel. That's nice. But you can find me Wednesday, starting the one after the next on Tales from the Grim. In Part of the Black Freighter, it's Blaze the Dark, but it's Watchmen during the timeline of the books during the Cuban Missile Crisis. So let's see how kind of find that other part of the world. I'm really looking forward to that.
Awesome. Me too. I'm looking forward to watching that. That sounds very cool. Very cool. Thank you again so much for running this. I really appreciate it. I like the. I'm liking this. I'm liking it quite a lot. But let us now go around to Noah.
Hi, my name is. You can find me at Noah Show at Twitter, Twitch, and well, many other places. But But yeah, my thoughts about the game is that it's really really fun, and I wish I get to play this again somewhere in the future, maybe with other people or maybe with the same people again. I don't mind. And well, I'd like to say my thank you to Jim for letting me play and join this game. It was a lot of fun playing this character of mine. And actually, you can also see Sigmus again in another game, which is Faded Milwaukee 95. I don't know how to spell it, but it's a game that's gonna happen later with Nerdy Teddy Bear somewhere. And then I also have another game too, like Last Gamble, which is around Saturday, but right now we're on hiatus. But yeah,
Awesome.
January it's gonna start again.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, it was great having you back. Thank you very much for coming back. This was I liked your take on an Offspring of Loki. That was very fun. And finally, Dave. Hey.
Hey, um, uh, this game was a lot of fun. I had never had a chance to play this yet, and it was a lot of fun. Got a whole lot better of a feel for how it operates in actual play, and it was really fun. Sort of like the differences for solving things between combat versus subterfuge, and like how just figuring out new ways of solving problems in this. And it seems like a very fascinating game to play even more of. You can find me on Twitter at ccdash2224. I realize that's a long string of numbers, but it's like right up there if you want to type it in. That being said, I don't have anything going on currently. My next consistently streamed games are probably going to be in February to March starting, where I'm going to be running a couple of games of Masks. But I will plug on Twitter at r_Omulus. She just started taking some sketch commissions for character sketches, basic bust sketches, or a more detailed, more realistic sketch. They are very good, and I highly encourage you support her. So go do that.
Awesome. Yes, absolutely. No, Robin is wonderful and has appeared on this channel before. So go definitely check that out. And Dave, thank you so much for jumping in at the last minute. And
no problem. I'm glad I could make it.
Yeah, absolutely. This was really cool, and I loved you're playing this farmer to the hilt. It was glorious.
Definitely not my usual sort of character.
Yes. That was a lot of fun. Oh yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. It really was, and I'm glad. Perhaps our characters can start dating again. We'll have to see. That was fun. Also, and again, for Tyranny had to run, and will probably presently be over on Variant Roles whenever they start up, probably within the next few minutes. But I've gone ahead and put his links also in the chat for anyone who wants to dive in on those. So let's see what's left to say. As for me, that just leaves me. I'm Jim. You can find me at OtherDoc on both Twitch and Twitter. My website is jimyesthatjim.com, where I have links to my where you can find my Geek Observation podcast and links to my various other podcasts, audio dramas, writings, and such. I've got links down below to my website, Twitter, and YouTube channel. Normally on Mondays, I run Deadlands Monday evenings over on Tales from the Grim. We are taking a little bit of a break right now because we've got a lot of stuff happening. People are moving, and time and space are difficult. And people getting ready for PAX and things of that nature. So we're going to try possibly picking up a week from tomorrow. We'll have to see how folks are feeling in the post PAX era of this year, and see how things are going there. In the ordinary course of things, I can be found Monday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern, over there, running Deadlands, a campaign called The Road to Desperation. This month, our short campaign that we're going to have on the channel is going to be 3 sessions of Fiasco in Trainwreck mode. We're going to link them together. and we've kind of settled on what play sets we're going to be using, and it's going to be a linear story told over 3 different time periods in Los Angeles. So we'll be premiering that on Tuesday night, and we'll be just going from there for the next 3 weeks. So tune into that. On Saturdays on this channel, we have Invisible Sun, the Edge of Paradox, the campaign that our ongoing Invisible Sun campaign. We just had last night. We had our first guest. Ozzy was on with us, and we're going to have more guests as things unfold and we get everyone scheduled. Looking forward to more of that. And then, of course, 1 week from today is another one-shot. This one-shot will be Blue Planet. The new edition of Blue Planet, Recontact, that also is not out yet, this 3rd edition of Blue Planet. But we are, again, using quick start rules. That is going to be run by Rock, whom you've seen on this channel before. He's going to come in and guest GM that. It takes place in the year 2199 on a distant ocean planet where human colonists are trying to get at its resources, but also dealing with the local ecology and trying to sort of figure out how to exist, because Earth is desperate, but also, this planet belongs to others. So there's a certain amount of lessons to be learned, but let's just put it that way, and hopefully we can learn them through this. But that's going to be coming up again 1 week from today. Sign-ups are open for that still, for anyone who wants to dive in on that. Sign-ups are also still open for Masks, which is a campaign we're going to have starting in January on this channel. Wanted to try that out. Mole's going to be running that, so sign-ups for Masks run through December 11th. And soon I'm going to open sign-ups for another one-shot this month, which will be To Serve Her Wintry Hunger, in which people are playing basically terrible eldritch winter spirits. So that's, I think, going to be a lot of fun. Look for sign-ups for those soon. Just basically, you can, again, go down and click on RPG sign-up, or go to jimyesthatjim.com and click on Game Sign-up. As always, beginners are welcome. So when we hit the end card, we are going to send a raid. Actually, Variant Rolls is live. I'm going to go ahead and send a raid over there. They actually have not started yet. They've got their pre-roll card up for their Urban Shadows campaign. So if you'd like to see what it was that Tyranny had to run and take care of, he was setting that up. So we're gonna you're gonna get to see him there, running that game. So that will be again. So like I said, that'll be again when we hit the end card. If you would like to come and say hi with us, that's where we're gonna go. In the meantime, folks, thank you very much for watching. Take care, and I will see you all of a sudden. Farewell.